To be banned from acting in Nigeria's second largest movie industry is more than just a career hiccup. It's a brutal exile. For some actors, being banned means losing not just roles, but identity, relevance, and sometimes dignity. Hi besties, welcome back to my YouTube channel. On this video, I'll be listing Nollywood actors who were banned from acting formally or informally. But before we get to the video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, share and leave a comment. And please don't forget to turn on the bell icon so you don't get to miss out on any of my videos. At number 20, we have Maluk. Adama was suspended from acting by the Actors Guild of Nigeria, AGN, in April 2024, following the tragic death of late actor Junior Pope and 4 other crew members during the production of a film titled The Other Side of Life. The incident occurred when their boat capsized on the River Niger in Asaba Delta State. In response, the Actors Guild of Nigeria (AGN) imposed an indefinite suspension on Maluk and banned actors from participating in her productions. However, in August 2024, the AGN lifted the suspension on Maluk and permitted the resumption of filming in riverine areas. This decision was met with mixed reactions from the public, with some expressing concern over the timing of the reinstatement. At number 19, we have Jim Iyke. Jim Iyke was labeled too difficult, too expensive, and too arrogant. The industry turned on him, and so did the tabloids. But behind the headlines was a man searching. He traveled the world, embraced spirituality, battled emotional demons, and returned with not just rules, but wisdom. He found his own production company and became a model of reinvention. For Jim, the ban was his personal detox. At number 18, we have Ramsey Noah. Ramsey was also blacklisted alongside others. He took the insult and turned it inward. Instead of fighting publicly, he learned. He studied directing and storytelling, eventually creating Living in Bondage, Breaking Free, a psychological thriller that paid homage to Nollywood past while elevating its future. Ramsey didn't just reclaim his place, he redefined it. At number 17, we have Stella Damas. In the wake of her personal and professional choices, including a controversial marriage, Stella faced unofficial bans and several industry coldness. Her journey was lonely, painful, and public. But in that isolation, she found herself pursuing music, motivational speaking, and a deeper walk with faith. For Stella, the ban was never the end. It was a necessary reset. At number 16, we have Emeka Ike. Once a heartthrob of the early 2000s, Emeka Ike found himself banned over leadership tussles in the Actors Guild of Nigeria, AGN. Emeka Ike's ban was more than an industry fallout. It was a personal unraveling. Yet through family trials and professional resilience, he found grace. He later returned, not as a prince in romantic films, but as a man forged by fire. At number 15, we have Anuku. Once a Nollywood bad boy, Hank's life spiraled into mental illness and addiction. After being banned, he was spotted roaming the streets. Nollywood ignored him, but after public cry out, he received help. His battle continues, but his resilience speaks volumes. Hank's situation made us to understand that Some bans aren't industry imposed, they are battles within. At number 14, we have Charles Okafo. Once a commanding presence on screen, Charles slowly faded away after being labeled unmarketable. But he didn't fight it, he walked away. Today, he's a preacher and teacher, using words not to entertain but to enlighten. His greatest role now is one of faith. At number 13, we have Ukaria Anunovi. Ukaria was banned for clashing with producers and over fees. Ukaria left Nollywood and finds solace in ministry. Today, she preaches with the same intensity she once brought to dramatic roles. For her, the ban was divine redirection. At number 12, we have Shan George. Outspoken about Nollywood's rot, Shan was quietly blacklisted. She responded by producing her own films and monitoring young artists. Her voice remains unshaken. She reminds us that silence isn't always imposed, it's resisted. At number 12, we have Claren Chukura. Claren, known for her fiery spirits, Claren faced soft bans and cold shoulders after controversial public statements. She walked away, embraced faith, and returned with softened edges and deeper grace. Her story reminds us that growth often happens away from the spotlight. At number 11, we have Fei Ogade. Femi was banned for alleged arrogance. Femi relocated to the US and became a security guard. Social media mocked him, but Femi in interviews said, "I choose dignity and peace." He now inspires others, proving success isn't always fame. He left the stage but found his center. At number 10, we have Chinwetalu. After wearing a Biafran-themed outfit, Chinwetalu was detailed and faced informal blacklisting. But he stood firm, reminding everyone that actors are citizens too, with rights and curses. His courage echoes louder than any ban. He acted truth, even when it cost him. At number 9, we have Patience Ozokpo. Though never formally announced, Mama G faced a quiet freeze from producers who labeled her too stereotyped or overused. She turned to gospel music and ministry. Her journey became one of inner healing, where acting was no longer her only voice. Today, she acts not for fame, but with intention. At number 8, we have Lilian Back. Lilian, known for her beauty and poise. Lilian was certainly banned for pricing and relevance. She walked away, embraced business, and focused on inner peace. Years later, she returned calmer, wiser, still radiant. Her journey teaches that stepping back is not giving up. At number 7, we have Nkemo, popularly known as Osofia. Nkemo's ban was wrapped in complexity, politics, money, and misunderstanding. But while others ranted, Nkem disappeared into the world of stage plays, traveling, learning, and reflecting. Even though he was banned, but the world never noticed it, because his legacy speaks volume. He made us understand that talent may be silenced, but it can be erased. At number 6, we have Jerry Williams. Jerry, a prominent Nollywood actor, was suspended indefinitely by the Actors Guild of Nigeria, AGN, in June 2023 due to issues related to drug abuse. The AGN had been monitoring his involvement with illicit substances since December 2022 and the situation escalated to a point where it was deemed unsafe for him to continue working on sets with other performers. Following his suspension, Jale entered a rehabilitation facility to address his addiction. In August 2023, he is demonstrating significant progress and receiving a clean bill of health from medical professionals. The AGN lifted his suspension, allowing him to resume his acting career. Williams expressed gratitude to his supporters and the AGN for their assistance during his recovery, acknowledging the challenging period he faced and his commitment to maintaining his well-being moving forward. At number 5, we have Tonto Dikeh, banned unofficially for being uncontrollable. Tonto faced mockery, heartbreak, and public humiliation, but she turned inward, seeking peace in God, therapy, and politics. She founded the Tonto Dikeh Foundation, ran for deputy governor, and became a voice for women and children. She didn't just return to screen, she returned to herself. At number 4, we have Omotala Jale Aende. Omotala's name carried global weight, yet she too was banned for fee demands. Rather than growth, she launched a music career, spoke at the World Economic Forum, and became a UN ambassador. She reminded Nollywood that silence is not submission, it's strategy. At number 3, we have Richard Mofedamejor, popularly known as RMD. Though never officially banned, RMD was pushed to the sidelines when he entered politics. Some claimed he abandoned Nollywood, others believed he was no longer relevant. But when he returned, it was with a commanding presence, reminding everyone that legacies don't fade, they evolve. His silence wasn't a fall, it was a promotion. At number 2, we have Toby. Toby vanished from the scene, rumors of political tension and industry betrayal. He died in 2023, quiet and distant. His absence felt like a wound the industry tried to ignore, but fans remembered always. His silence still speaks. At number 1, we have Genevieve Nnaji. The legendary Genevieve Nnaji was once banned in 2004 by the Association of Movie Producers, AMP, alongside several others for charging what he deemed excessive fees. But it wasn't just about the money. For Genevieve, it was a fight for value, for dignity. She disappeared briefly from the screen, but returned stronger, producing and directing films that reshaped global views of Nollywood. Lionheart, her directorial debut, was the first Nigerian Netflix original. Her silence became strategy. Her band became her brand. In conclusion, their stories are more than fame. They are stories of resilience against an industry that sometimes eats its own. What do you all think? Can a band be a blessing? Because from their stories, it seems like it is. From my thoughts, let me know what you think on the comment section below. We have come to the end of this video. Thank you besties for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe for more interesting videos like this. Drop your comments, share this video. See you on my next video.